Yes, Prof.
Okay. So today we are continuing from where we left off. May I have any one of us to give us a short recap of what we did last week? Or the last time we met? Yes, it was last week, the last time we met. Any volunteer?
Okay, Prof. The little I was able to memorize was that we talk about strategic leadership practices for organizational success. And then we talk about the types of leaders. That's the strategic leader. And then we have the operational leadership. So we talk that the strategic leaders, they are in charge of the mission, the vision, and then the goals of the organization. And also when it comes into development structures and then systems in the organization. And then we also look at another responsibility of the strategic leader is to anticipate the vision and then maintain flexibility. And then also initiate changes that will create a viable future for the organization. So we also talk about the strategic leader must be forward thinking. So that is to anticipate into the future trends and then disruptions and then opportunities before they become threats. Then we also got to know that that leader must be very influential and then oriented in shaping the culture, values, and then the strategic directions. The person must be system aware, and then that's to understand the functions and then the processes that goes on in the organization. Then we also talk about the person being action driven. So we also got to know that the operational leadership also look at the day-to-day activities in the organization. And then that is the difference between the strategic and then the operation. And then the operational leader also look at a long-term goal. So we also look at the core traits of the strategic leader. That is what I said earlier. The person must be visionary, thinker, emotional, collaborate. The person must have a collaborative spirit. So we even got an example of an organization that Amma wanted to establish, and then the things that he has to look at in order to expand the organization into an international level. So we got to know that in a way she had to adapt a way of being a strategic leader and also an operational leader.
Yes, please, you are muted. Hello, Alice.
Hello, Prof. Please, sorry,
Okay.
I had
Okay.
a little interruption.
All right. So please
So we also talk about that, and then we got to know that, like I said, Amma had to exhibit she exhibited a leader of a strategic leader by looking at the long-term goal, and then the things that he has to look, there are advantages, and then the things that can bring him a competitive advantage. So we got to know with the discussion that Amma had a vision, And then he had a long-term goal. That is how she was going to expand her organization into an international level and the things that she has to do. So we got to know that she has to be innovative by renovating the labs that was there already, and then he has to be business oriented and then adapt the financial stabilities and learn the process or the regulations of the financial market in order to help her. And then we also got to know that she adapted a leadership style by bringing the staff together. So there was a relationship or a communication between them. And then as a leader, you have to possess all these kind of qualities in order for you to achieve your goal in your organization or the growth of the organization. So this is the little I was able to capture in mind. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alice. I guess you've said quite a lot. I'll allow anyone who has any addition to come in, but just a point of correction. In your submission, largely you indicated that the strategic leader is more future-oriented, who plays the strategic role, and then the operational leader does the day-to-day. But along the line, your submission, you stated that operational leaders look at the long-term goal. However, it's rather the strategic leader who does that. The operational leader is more interested in the day-to-day activities, not the long-term 5-year goal. But a very good presentation, a very good submission of what happened last week. Any other
Thank you.
person to add on?
Hello, Prof. I would add something little to
Patricia.
what Alice said.
Thank you. Thank you.
So before we dived into the strategic leadership, you made us understand that leadership is not solely dependent on those at the top, but then everybody who has the success of the organization in mind or at heart has a role to play when it comes to leadership. You went ahead to let us understand that when we look at strategic leaders, they are leaders who are able to come up with a strategic direction. That is where we got to know that they are supposed to be able to come up with a vision and a mission and a strategic process based on which the operational leaders would be able to also generate the ideas or the processes that must go into being able to achieve the organization's goals. You also explained to us that the strategic leader is able to come up with the vision and the mission and is able to anticipate what will happen and what to do before it even happens. That is where we came to some of the traits that we're looking at the forward thinking. You said they don't have to wait for what is going to happen before they before they think ahead. They're able to always think ahead, identify opportunities, and put measures in place that is able to predict what the outcomes will be in the future. You also said that strategic leadership is like a two-way influence. If a leader, your opinion is final, which kind of linked us back to what we did the previous week before last week. If your decision is final, then it means that you are not a strategic leader, despite it being a process. If your subordinates cannot contribute to whatever decisions that you make and always you will just come up with the decisions, then it means that you are not a strategic leader. That is the little that I'll add to what Alice has said, madam.
Thank you very much, Patricia. That's a very good contribution. Okay. So, otherwise, I would start with what we have to do today. So you are all welcome to today's lecture. And today we are looking at leadership styles, leadership behaviors, that would ensure organizational success. And as I said, in order, we should have done this before what we did last week. However, I had to swap so that your term paper and your assignment could be given in time for you to do it and submit before we end the model. So we are moving a step back to what we did last week. Just give me some 2 minutes, please. Why is the thing not moving? Okay. Okay. So we are looking at leadership style and behavior. These are terms that we normally use them interchangeably. But as at now, I guess we are all aware of what leadership is. The fact that it's a process, and the fact that in the process there is an influence. And through that influence, it facilitates and helps individuals and groups and teams to achieve its objective. that presupposes that the objective or the goal should have been set. So you are influencing people's behavior, you are influencing people's attitude, you are influencing people's beliefs to align with what you believe in and what you have set for yourself as a leader towards the achievement of the organization's goal. Now, these various leadership styles and theories have evolved. It started from a point, and we are where we are today. So these are some of the phases of the evolution of the different leadership theories, which based on that, we get the leadership styles, and it reflects in leadership, the leader's behavior. So the first one that where it started from was that leaders are born, and they are born with certain traits. And so if you don't possess those traits, from this theory's perspective, you can't be an effective leader. And I guess we have looked at some of these theories already. Then in the 1940s to the 1960s, the focus changed from just the traits related issues, and for now, the theories were more interested in the behavior of the leaders. So the focus moved from leaders having traits to leaders behaving in certain ways. And some of these are what we will be looking at. They are old behaviors, they are old styles, and they are also current ones. Then in the 1960s to 1980s, the focus moved to the contingency, where it says that the situation determines what kind of behavior or what you should do to ensure you are effective. Then in the 1980s to 2000s, that's where the focus moved to the transformational leadership, where here the leader is more interested in inspiring to change individuals. Now, 2000s to present, we are looking at some contemporary leadership styles, leadership behaviors, leadership theories, and that's the authentic and the servant leader. Now, what I want you to note right from the beginning is that at the end, you realize that most of these leadership behaviors and styles that we're going to talk about they have some similarities. So it is for us to identify which of them is best to ensure performance. So we started looking at leadership style and then leadership behavior. Now, the leader's behavior, and as I said, the style, sometimes we tend to use them interchangeably. But what we should note is that leaders' general approach or pattern of leading is shaped by our personality, our values, and other things. So the autocratic leader believes that what he sees as important, who he is, for him, he directs, he says it, and you have to obey it. So we are looking at the autocratic, democratic, transformational, servant, laissez-faire. And this is relatively stable over time. And this reflects how the leader prefers to lead. So we are looking at the leadership style. Now, the behavior here refers to the specific observable actions that the leader takes in any given situation. So the transformational leader or whoever will listen actively, and that's a behavior. He will give feedback. He will delegate tasks. And this is how the leaders are behaving. So your style you adapt will reflect in your behavior. Your style will reflect in your behavior. So if you are the servant, you decide to adopt the democratic leadership style, you will behave in a certain way. So you will realize that they are really related, our style and our behavior. But for this day, we will be using them interchangeably. But I would want you to know that the style you adopt will reflect in your behavior. Okay. So what are we looking at? We are saying that, just a minute, I don't know how. Okay, let me move it to the side. It's just blocking my view. Okay. So the style is broad, behavior specific. I mean, this one, you may not have to waste so much time on it. So now let's move on to some specifics that has to be discussed. So we are looking at one of the commonest leadership styles and how it would affect organizational success. So we have the transformational leadership style, also known as the 4 I's. Please, if you have a question, you prompt me so that I can give you opportunity to talk. So we have the 4 I's of the transformational leader. We have this individual who can be described as a transformational leader. And the person can be described as a transformational leader because that individual will be exhibiting these 4 characteristics. They behave in such a way that people tend to see them as role models. They identify the leader and want very much to be like him. So what you are doing would want people to be like you. And that's just one aspect of it. The other is that such leaders will communicate high expectations to their subordinates and encourage them by motivating them. Now, we are saying that in the motivation, it's not about the money, even words. So when I'm done with the 4 I's, I'm coming to you. I feel lonely here. I want to feel people's presence. That what would you want your leader to do to inspire and motivate you? So that if you get to know such, then we can check if your leader, in addition to that, is exhibiting all the other three, then we can conveniently describe the leader as a transformational leader. Then we have the intellectual stimulation. In fact, the transformational leader would always encourage the people to think outside the box, to be creative, to be innovative, to come up with new ideas. And so if people bring their suggestions, he will not put them aside, but rather consider them. And the last but not the least, a very important, unique characteristic of the transformational leader is that he is very interested in the individual needs of his followers. So if, for example, a person comes to work and usually this person is all over the place, smiling, saying hello to people, moving here and there, and you realize that the person comes and he's a bit, he or she is a bit slow, the transformational leader will go to such a person and inquire what the issue is, what is happening, and then he will provide the needed support. So such people are not very interested in only the work, but they are also interested in what goes on in the organization. Now, today, we'll be doing a lot of group work. Even if you go virtual and you get the points, when you come and you are explaining, we are expecting practical examples. So now we are going to look at when this is appropriate. What are the advantages? What are the disadvantages? And how it would affect organizational performance. So we will be doing, for each style, we will do some form of group work. And note that we will be doing this randomly, and one of them I would award marks for group work. In fact, two of them I will award marks for group work for exercise for the semester. So make sure you take active part in the group work. So the assignment, what we are going to do in the next, and most of them will not take long, 5-10 minutes, then you come back for us to continue. We are saying that a transformational leader has all these 4 I's: idealize, influence, inspirational motivation, intellectual stimulation, and individual consideration. 2 minutes, I want to hear you. What would you want the leader to do to motivate you, to inspire you? Not about the monies, but what would you want?
Hello, Prof. Good morning.
Good morning, Esther.
Okay, so Prof, like you said, not about the monies. I would love my leader to give me room to go to school. There are some people who are leaders but wouldn't want their subordinates to get close to their level. So if I have a leader who encourage me to, upgrade myself in terms of education, in terms of skills, I'll prefer that.
Okay. So you would be motivated,
Yes.
if you get the opportunity to upgrade your skills. But that
Yes.
would also involve money.
So maybe a typical example, when I used to be with Trust, I wanted to do pediatric nursing. So I spoke to my initial boss. She was okay. But our immediate nurse, like the very top nurse manager, she was a little bit difficult. So I went
We're missing you. Yes.
to the main.
Oh, we missed your part of your submission.
Yes, please, I'm here. So pediatric
Okay.
around that time was very high in demand, and we didn't have much of pediatric nurses. So when I spoke to the immediate, I mean, they agreed. So initially, I wanted to pay myself. But fortunately for me, when I got to Legon, it was actually a sponsored program. And even when I started, I had other colleagues, joining in. So sometimes they can. So I had to pay initially, but it was refunded later. But then it was like steady leave with pay.
That's fine.
Yes.
That's good. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. That was I didn't is it Esther?
Yes,
Yes,
madam. It
Prof.
was Esther.
Okay. That
Esther,
was
Esther
Esther.
Siama.
Okay. Okay. So now I can hear Yolanda too.
Okay, Prof, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so I think I don't know how to put it, but I am like my boss, let me say my former director. I was with general admin. So later on, HR had shorted in their staff. So I was moved from general admin to human resource directorate. And trust me, I had no knowledge about human resource. But my director and deputy director motivate me. Sometimes they'll even give me a work. I have no knowledge, but they'll tell Yolanda, go and do it. You know what you can do. A time came that I was even attending meetings on their behalf. And a time came, there was a senior most ahead of me and everything was given to me. So that part, I felt like they weren't demonstrating a leadership style, but they like motivating me, they encourage me. So one day, my director called me and she was like, if you want to really go high or far in this service, master or maybe get an HR background. So she was the one who even motivates me to offer this course. And coming to my new office, anytime a work is given to me, the deputy director will tell you, take it to minister. Tell him you did the work yourself. Don't go and mention my name. Although the job was given to me by her, but she will tell you that when you go, don't mention my name, but tell him you did the work yourself. So I think this kind of style has really motivated me to move forward, like put in all my effort when I am working. Although it is not about money, but the words and the encouragement has really helped me, madam.
Good. Thank you very much. Yolanda, where do you work? You
Madam,
are not able to
transport.
share now. Ministry of Transport.
Yes, please.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay.
Welcome,
So
madam.
now we are going to the breakout rooms. I'll give you a max of 10 minutes. We are looking at this transformational leader. We will not do the transactional as group. We will do the transformational as group. The transactional we will discuss in class. There are about 7 leadership styles that we are looking at today. We will do some in groups and some in class. So this first one, please make sure you participate, because at the end, I'm going to work out something. So let's look at when this is appropriate. 2 advantages, 3 advantages, 2 disadvantages, and how it would affect organizational performance. Is my question clear?
No, Prof.
Prof, please, can you
Okay.
come again?
I'm going to put you into groups. So I will do this as breakout room 1. You will be in some groups because we'll do a number of breakout rooms. And maybe that you will not be in the same group at every point in time. So for this first grouping, we have looked at transformational leadership style. We have already differentiated between style and behavior. We are saying that the transformational leader has 4 unique characteristics. And this is how it reflects. And today we are looking at how these leadership styles affect organizational performance and therefore organizational success. So when you go into your groups, we are going to outline 4 situations that is most appropriate that you use transformational leader style. What are the advantages? That one too. We can get 2 of each, advantages and disadvantages. And the more important one is how this leadership style affects organizational performance. Am I clear? Hey, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Prof.
Okay.
Mm.
So I'm going to put you in the breakout rooms. Each group would have a leader. When we are done, you come back and you talk about it. After the presentation, I will ask any member in the group to answer any question. So participation in the group is very, very important. So we are 18. And so I'm going to put you
Hello,
into...
Prof.
Hello, Alice.
Please, so if I get the question well, is it going to be 3 advantages and 2 disadvantages of a transformational leadership style and how it affects the organizational performance and success of the organization?
Yes. The
Okay.
first one is... Okay, let's take out even the first one. So as you rightly said, Alice, I was asking for 2 advantages, 2 disadvantages, and more importantly, how it would affect organizational performance and therefore organizational success. Are you clear?
Madam, please, I'm kind of confused.
Alice, when I come to my organization, I will adapt transformational leadership style. When I adapt it, what is the advantage? What are the disadvantages? And how would it affect the success of the organization?
Okay.
Okay. So now how many are we? We are 18. So I'm going to create 4 groups. So in the 4 groups, room 1, Alice, make sure you get the details of your people in your group. And I'm interested in those who will participate. Alice, you'll be the leader.
Okay,
Room
Prof.
2, Wisdom will be the leader for room 2. Room 3, Jessica.
Yes,
And
Prof.
room 4, Esther. Or you don't have anyone called Jessica in the class?
Yes, Prof. I responded, please.
Okay. So room 4 will be Esther Siam. Okay. So in the next maximum 10 minutes, I'll bring you back.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, Mr. Obin. Mr. Obin, I've assigned you to room 2, so join. You're welcome.
Thank you.
How did it go?
Went well, Doc.
Went over.
Good. Okay. So we'll start with group 1. So Alice, your group, you had how many people did you have in the Alice?
Doc, please, we were 5.
Okay, and you took the details of everybody.
Yes, please.
Okay. So let's hear what you have.
So, with
I'm
our
assuming
explanation.
what you are presenting is documented.
Yes, please. I wrote it down on the paper.
So you take a screenshot and send it to me. via WhatsApp. When we are done, you put it in writing and share with me.
Okay, Prof. I'll do that. So we first came to the explanation of a
Please
leadership
hold on.
style.
Alice, please hold on.
Okay, Prof.
Group 2, Wisdom, Jessica, Esther. All your information are documented. Is that right?
No, please. Not yet, please.
So how are you going to, when you were discussing?
It's written down, but
Yes.
not in a way. Yes, please.
No problem. That's fine. So all group leaders, 4, in the next 2 minutes, take a screenshot of your points and send it to me. You know my number, right?
No, Prof.
Yes, Prof.
Okay, so I'll share my number
Prof.
with everybody. I'll send it to everybody in the chat. I shared it with you on our first day. Okay. I would want you to send it to me before the presentation.
Prof, please, from the way we wrote it,
Mhm.
it wasn't, though it's readable, but there are some words I wrote them in shortcut because because of the timing.
No
So I don't know
problem
if
at
I should.
all.
Okay, Doc.
No problem at all. That's fine
Okay,
with me. So the
okay, Doc.
number is 0244 70. Okay, so I've even sent it to our chat,
Yes,
the
please.
whole class, everybody. So just take a screenshot just to be sure that. Yes, please.
Please, because you said everybody could in the group was going to say something. With my group for one, I was writing the disadvantages and other things, whilst Alice was writing the
All right,
advantages.
that's
So we are
fine.
not putting it together.
No, okay, so let's forget about this. We will do another one and I'll pick it up. So
Yeah.
let's
Okay.
proceed. Let me listen to you.
Okay,
Okay, so
Prof.
Alice,
So
please go ahead.
please, we started to define what a transformational leadership style is, and then Naomi, Rose, Patricia, and my colleagues, we all came together. Some made points of motivation, others to inspire, and then others encourage, and then we brought all of them together by saying that transformational leadership style is a leader who inspires, motivates, and encourages employees to achieve their organizational goals. And not just that, but also to support innovations and then changes. So Naomi started by saying that the advantages that we can get from this transformational leadership style is that it will increase employee motivation because a transformational leadership, a leader will inspire the employees to work harder to achieve their high performance. Because they are being motivated, they will give out their all. And the motivation can be either incentives by maybe words of encouragement. Then with that, because they are being motivated, they will feel valued and give their all in the work that they are doing. And then the impact that the organization will get is that it will improve productivity and enhance employee commitment and morale. Because Naomi explained further that because people are giving out their all, they are not feeling relaxed. They are not saying, okay, let me do this work anyhow I can. Because when you go to some organizations, they are not being motivated. So even coming to work is a problem because when the person is coming to the work, the person doesn't feel anything, but he or she is coming because the person have to. But the zeal or the activeness to work is not there because they are not being motivated. So with the motivation, the impact is that It will improve their productivity and then enhance employee commitment and then morale. And then Patricia also said that it encourages innovations and creativity. That is, employees are encouraged to share their ideas and develop new solutions. I'm being allowed to bring what I have. So if you are a leader and you don't open the door or the gateway for your followers to tell you what they have, in order for you to at least check it and see, okay, this idea will help. This idea, there is a correction here. We have to do this. We have to do that. And then you bring the person closer for the person to feel, say, okay, my idea is also being accepted. Then it's not going to help. But when the person is being given that opportunity, it will help. And then the impact is that it will help the organizational performance and then the organization to adapt to change, and then it will improve competitiveness and growth because I'm being allowed to share my ideas. So looking at what is going on around, okay, some people are doing this, Unilever is doing this company is doing this, and I'm in the same line with this company. So what can I do? So if your follower gives you the idea of what others are doing and what you can improve more to even be greater than them, then the leader accepts it, then it helps the organization in a competitive way. And then the disadvantages to my other colleagues, the names, I've even forgotten, but we all contributed. My other colleagues also said that it can create employee pressure. That is, employee may feel stressed due to high expectations and continuous change. Because when you look at the transformational leadership, they say that the person communicates and then inspire and then gives a higher expectations. So if you are being given a higher expectations and I'm not closer to that expectation, I may feel stress and pressure may be on me because of maybe I may not meet my expectation. And then it can also affect the organizational performance and may reduce employee well-being. And it can also lead to burnout and then lower productivity. And then I also said that overdependence on a leader, the
Alice, you are fading.
You are fading.
everything. If we are overdependent on the leader, we are expecting the leader to bring it on board, the leader to bring the changes, the leader for us to direct us to do this. We have to do this. We have to do that. If everything is going to be on the leader, then the leader, we may feel too relaxed because everything we are expecting, say we are expecting the leader to come and tell us. We are expecting the leader to bring it on board, and then when that thing happens, performance can affect the performance, and then it may decline our production, and then decision making may also become very weak because if you don't have a strong leader who can always think ahead, who can always bring something on board that may help the organization, then the decision making is like whatever that he or she decides, whatever that may come to mind without anybody's contribution, suggestions, or corrections. So if you are to rely on the leader alone, then the decision making will be weak and it can also affect the organization. So due to time, we concluded by saying that the transformational leader can improve the organizational performance. This one, I can't see what I even wrote to.
All right, then at least
I was writing faster. Okay, so by motivating employees.
You have shared quite enough. So we would ask the other members and the other groups too to also share what they have.
Madam,
but that's a good.
Prof,
Yes.
I have a question.
You have a question. Okay, that's very good. I like that. Please go
Alice,
ahead.
please, you have Isaac in your group. If not, okay. You mentioned burnout. So, and as you said,
Isaac is not in group 1.
You mentioned.
Hello.
Oh, okay. You mentioned innovation. You mentioned dependency and others burnout. So, can you share a scenario or from your own experience from your organization? when it's come to transformational leadership.
Okay, Yolanda, since Alice is not the only one in the group, I'll take
No. I am asking Alice because Alice has once been a group leader or a class rep. So from her own experience, I want her to tell me a scenario.
Okay, because she presented for the group, that is why. It wasn't just it's a group work.
Okay, so when we talk of the when you talk of burnouts, okay, I would say that if I'm to give a normal scenario from the course rep that you are talking about, it looks like it's a stress from work, and then it leaves you physically, emotionally, and mentally drained, because when you are a rep and then every colleague is expecting everything from you without the person taking part. If they need information, they are relaxed. They are expecting the rep to do it, to bring the information on board. If it comes to like slide, if it comes to assignment submission, everything, if they are expecting the rep to do it, then because aside me
Who had the
being the
opportunity,
rep,
the rep would have learned for them, but just that.
if the rep you are expecting everything from the rep, you can't do anything on your own. And if the rep is not around, how do you get your information? How do you do your own thing? And then the rep will also be stressed, because the same person has to contact all lecturers, get their slides, get information from them. So emotionally, physically, because aside repping, the person also has a personal thing, work or family or any other thing. So as a leader, if everything is going to be on you, then psychologically, emotionally, and then mentally, you feel stressed. Like I was presenting, everything has to be on the leader. The decision making has to be on the leader. The changes has to be on the leader. We have to do this by the next quarter? Everything has to be on the leader. The leader has to prepare maybe a 3 months budget, 2 months, this innovations, everything. If it's going to be on the leader, then the leader is going to be stressed, and then it's going to affect the organization. Because what if tomorrow the leader is not there? Can't the organization functions on its own? So Yolanda, we established this fact because a leader who is occupying everything can be burned out or can be stressed financially, emotionally, and psychologically. Thank you.
Right. Yolanda, we can move on, and then the next question, put it aside, and then it will come to group 2, wisdom. Because we need to do 2 more group work for it to be graded and submitted. Wisdom, your group, please.
Presenting on behalf of group 2, the members are Fred, Mimi, Ahinakwa, and then Isaac, with myself being the lead. So we first define transformational leadership as a style that creates a positive organizational culture where employees are motivated, modeled, and individually considered, and intellectually stimulated, and directed towards a committed goal or a shared committed goal. And then we looked at the advantages being promotion of enthusiasm to boost employee morale. And then the other one we looked at was the use of the leader's inspirational style to motivate the employees to scale up performance. We also added an additional one, which was the speeding up of implementation of the strategies or the vision of the organization through effective communication of the vision to the followers. Then coming to the disadvantages, we said that transformational leaders often overlook the reality and truths if they become over-dependent on their passion as leaders and then fail to use logical reasoning and then research to actually assimilate issues before having them implemented. Then we also talked about the potential for abuse or bias due to excessive dependency on that particular leader So you realize that in scenarios where the followers have been modeled such that everything they rely on that leader. If that leader is not there, then they become like cheap. So that is detrimental to the organization. Now we looked at how it affects organizational success. We say that transformational leadership promotes high productivity, and it also offers better employee performance and then increase innovation and creativity. It also provides strong teamwork and increase employee satisfaction and then retention. And overall, it improves the organizational growth and long-term success. Thank you.
All right. Any question or any contribution?
Madam,
Yes, please.
Isaac, this one, my question goes directly to you. Okay, so imagine wisdom being a high charisma transformational leader, and sadly, he leaves the organization. What system will you put in place, or what will you do just to prevent the team from losing his direction or like kind of his leadership?
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Please, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, talk.
Please, if you will come again with a question. Hello.
Isaac, please listen to me very well. I said, imagine wisdom being a high charisma transformational leader, and sadly, he leaves the organization. What system will you put in place before to prevent the team from losing this kind or losing his style of leadership?
Okay, I think Isaac has connectivity issues, so any member from our group can respond to that. Frederick Ahinakwa, Mimi.
So if I would attempt this to answer this question, Yolanda, before maybe Wisdom will plan or has left, the organization has this succession plan in place. So we know that we are grooming leaders in the organization. So before even Wisdom leaves, there is somebody who is the two I see to Wisdom, who is our leader.
Ahinakwa, imagine wisdom being an independent or dependency leadership. So please answer my question according to that.
Come again.
Yolanda, in as much as I agree with your question, we are looking at transformational leadership style and how it affects organizational
that is why
success.
I was saying that if wisdom being a high transformational leader, and he sadly leaves
if you can please explain what you mean by a high charismatic transformational leader, I think it will be very helpful. Yolanda, are you there? Hello,
Madam. It's
yes.
like in as much as he being in all weather with the 4 eyes or is it the eyes or whatever? Yes. So he being very dependency. So imagine he leaving the organization. What are they putting in place? Do you get me?
What are they putting in place to do what? Sorry, I want to help the group. So if you can, I've seen Wisdom's hand up, but what are they putting in place to do what?
She was trying to say that if Wisdom is not there as the leader, what would they do in ensuring that his direction is being maintained, or they're able to still follow on the path and not deviate from the direction that he has set towards attaining there?
Okay, I will allow.
I come in.
Hold on, just before you come in, who I can see Wisdom's hand up. Esther, are you in the group?
No, it's Miriam.
Okay, Miriam, I will allow you. You are part of the group, right?
Yes, please.
Yes, so I'll allow you to respond to the question. Okay, so please go ahead. And if you can connect those two, we are very interested in its effects on organizational performance. So in any presentation that you make, we are looking at transformational leadership style and how it affects the organizational performance. So as you address Yolanda's question, kindly link it to that. Then we'll be on the right page. Right. Okay. So please go ahead.
Thank you very much. And Yolanda, that's a very good question. I think that the use of the word dependency and charismatic was what changed the dynamics of the question, but I think we get the question. Now, if you look at the 4 elements of a transformational leader, the very first one talks about the idealized influence, which means that the leader must act as a strong role model, and the emphasis is strong role model. Being a strong role model means that you are setting an example. What kind of example are you setting as a leader? You must have systems in place. What kind of systems are you having in place? Much as you are making sure that you are being at the forefront, you are not being an independent person. You are the one setting the pace that if something has to be done, you are the one saying, let us do it, not the one saying, go and then do it. That is the import of a transformational leader. So having systems in place includes you having a succession plan, having systems for delegation of authority such that you don't have to be the one doing everything, but you are the one giving direction and motivating people how to do certain things as the leader, so that in the event that you are not there, every system that you have set in place gets the organization running as a going concern. So even though we have the fear that there will be a dependence on that leader because of, for want of a better word, his charisma and his style of leadership, people like him. You can say the style of J.J. Rawlings as a president. He was very charismatic as a leader. We can also say he was a transformational leader, which is arguable. But the fact is, J.J. leaving, did it destabilize the economy? No. There were systems in place. So even though he left as a president, there were systems in place to ensure that the country was still running until another leader was brought in. So as an organization, it is always important that no matter the style of leader that you have, especially focusing on transformational leadership, you need to have systems in place, which include succession plans, so that in the event that you leave, the work can still go on. So I'm sure maybe Mimi would want to add that for anybody from the group. Thank you.
Yeah, Madam, please, just as Wisdom said, the word she was using as a dependent charismatic leader. A charismatic leader, and some of the characters that, or the personality traits that he or she possesses is like, the person does like a magnetic charm, like the person attracts and is able to reach, how do we call it? Reaches out to people emotionally, non-rational level, and inspires them. So the person serves as a mentor. So once the person possesses a charismatic characteristics, there's no way the person can be dependent on his own. And in an organization, you cannot just say this leader alone is the leader. That is why Frederick was coming in as succession planning, whereby we have the upscaling. People are trained to take over when that particular leader is not there. Obviously, the person will lay down structures and principles and procedures as to how he or she is using to manage the team. So once the person has some kind of aspiration, like some kind of how should I say it? Potential that attracts, eventually, as we are all in an institution, when you like the style your leader is using and it attracts you to motivate you to work harder, you will love to one day be in that leader's shoes. So all those
the transformational leader,
yes,
one of the characteristics of the transformational leader.
Okay, so once the person is mentoring you, you are also trying to desire certain traits from him, that one day when that particular leader is not there, even the person has resigned or something, even when that leader is even on leave, there can be a replacement, a fit in. It shouldn't be that because that leader is not there, nothing goes on. There is nothing like that in an organization. So once the person is serving as a mentor and the mentees are following, you will definitely get a replacement and follow suit. This leader, this is how he does his things. So let's also do it. If you think you also have something good on board to add up, you are okay to do that. So that's what I want to also add up to what Wisdom has just said. Once the person is the charismatic leader, then the person is serving as a mentor. He inspires, he attracts, and then he rewards the good works of the followers. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, Yolanda, but your question was very, very interesting in that through that, we are getting a better understanding of how that leadership style affects the whole organization's performance. You see how in the attempt to answer your question, they clearly came out with the characteristics of the transformational leader. He being the idealized influence, and so people looking up to him. And because of that, and then again, one of the characteristics emphasizing that because of those characteristics, he will put structures in place, and the structures would include the succession plan. And so it presupposes that the transformational leader would always prepare somebody. And because of one of the characteristics as the idealized influence, where people are looking up to him, they are likely to pick up some of his characteristics. And so it will positively affect the organization because there will always be succession plan in place. So there won't be any gap in the system when somebody is not available. So a very good question, which has brought the whole thing out properly. Thank you. Any other questions? So let's come up with more of such questions, such clarification, and it will be very useful. Group 2, if I was awarding marks today, I would have given you the maximum mark. But this group, because we didn't have the write-ups and the probability that people may make some changes in their work, that is why I'm not awarding marks. I wanted
Madam,
to take the work before the presentation, because now that Wisdom's group has presented, Jessica and Esther's group, they are yet to present, so they can always add on. But if you had sent it to me, just one group did, but we agreed nobody should send. But you've done very well, Wisdom. And with the question from Yolanda, it has given all of us a better understanding of how the characteristics of the transformational leader helps or influences organizational performance. Just the example of the succession plan had a good impact. Somebody wanted to talk. Somebody said, Madam.
Madam, it's okay.
Was it Yolanda or it was Jessica?
Please, Madam, it was
Yolanda.
me. Isaac.
All right. So, Jessica, your
Yes,
group.
Prof.
But before then, Yolanda, is your question answered?
Yes, Prof. Although my internet went off, but I am okay with what Mimi and I think Wisdom said.
Okay. And the little bit that I added, I guess
Yes,
it
please.
captures all that they said. Okay,
Yes,
great.
please.
So we move on. Jessica, group 3.
Yes, Prof. Prof, please. So with group 3, we're 4 in number, and we were in persons of Collins, Nana, Anamwa, Davina, and myself. So we defined what transformational leadership is, which I agree with the previous group leaders. And to add on with the advantages, we came about with it increases employee motivation. So transformational leaders inspire employees through a strong vision and encouragement, which in turn improves productivity highly, and then it also improves employee performance. Our second advantage I'd like to touch on is it builds strong team spirit. So as we work together in teams, we intend to trust each other because we are all working towards a common goal. We are able to collaborate and share ideas, where we reduce conflicts and also increases efficiency. Our third advantage will be it improves employee development. So leaders mentor and support employees to improve on their skills and confidence. We help them based on their strengths and their weakness. As we get them involved in our day-to-day activities, we help create a workforce that prepares future leaders for the organization as a whole and not developing solely on the individuals. And without advantages, I will touch on two, which is the first one is it can ignore short-term goals. Mostly transformational leaders focuses on long-term vision than immediate tasks. So in this aspect, we intend to neglect our short-term goals, which is the day-to-day running of our activities, and we keep focusing on long-term goals. Yes. So our second disadvantage is it may not be suitable for all employees because some employees may prefer instructions rather than constant change or inspiration. We all have different ways of coming about and doing things individually. So it may create confusion or even resistance to change among some employees. And Prof, please, to add on, I would like to touch on just two situations where the styles can be used. Though you asked us not to, but I think just to add that.
That's much appreciated. Please proceed.
Thank you, Prof. So, Prof, this situation, which is a transformational leadership style, it can be used during an organizational change. That is when this is used when a company is introducing new policies or restructuring, or maybe is going into mergers or acquisition with different organizations. So the leader in this aspect will inspire employees to embrace the change positively, set out clear goals so that we all work towards the same goals. And secondly, this situation can be used during crisis or poor performance. So it's applied when an organization is facing declining profits, which has to do with our day-to-day activities, high turnover or operational challenges. So the leader would help rebuild confidence and guide the organization towards recovery. So in this aspect, we are looking at both short-term goals and long-term goals. Thank you, Prof.
Thank you very much. Okay. So, any question for them? Otherwise, we'll ask the next group to come in.
Madam.
Yes, please.
Jessica.
Yes, please.
Okay, I think all of you in the group, you were really emphasizing on the well-being of your team members. So, and well-being is like you engaging them, right?
Yes, aside engaging them, making sure they are in good faith.
Okay.
Well.
So if your advantage was high engagement, but your disadvantage was burnout, at what sign you being a transformational leadership will know your team are moving from inspired to exhausted? And what will you do as a transformational leader to at like this point to prevent it?
Okay.
Jessica, are you sure you understand the question?
Yolanda, can you please come again?
So it's like a continuum. How are you able to? It's the one side is positive, and if you do so much, it will move into the negative. So at what point would you realize that no, it's becoming too much? So the employee is moving to be towards the burnout part. Yolanda, am I communicating? Trying to explain your question correctly? Yes. So
Yes, Prof.
And the question is, how would you identify? And the second part is what? Yolanda, what's the second part of the
What like
question?
she will do to prevent that?
Okay.
Like
Now,
what she
yes,
will do to
so
prevent
it's
that?
moving. What would you do? Let me reframe it. What would you do to help you identify that? How would you identify that you are moving into the burnout area? And then how would it affect the performance of the organization?
Okay, Prof.
The question is to the group, so you can always invite.
Yes,
please.
so any member from your group can answer.
Okay, sure. But I would like to maybe start up, and if my group members have anything to add up, that would be fine.
Okay.
Doc, so to be able to balance the two, I think as a leader, I would share responsibilities to be able to avoid overdependence on my side. So I would do so by delegating tasks and empowering.
Would you know that when I was giving her more work, she was motivated? How would you know that now the motivation is reducing and it's moving into burnout?
Doc,
Jessica.
you may find out when you, like the example you gave earlier. So we'll have an employee who comes in every time so cheerful. And then you intend to find this employee not so cheerful, or as we used to know him or her. Or the employee's wife is mostly highly
Jessica,
productive. You
your
see the
line is,
efficiency. But hello?
yes, your line wasn't too
Jessica,
clear.
please, your line is
Oh, okay, sorry. Please, can you hear me now?
Okay, so Prof, let me help out.
Madam, please,
Jessica.
can anyone answer the question?
Okay,
Yes,
Collins,
A
please
member
come
from
in.
my group is answering.
Okay, so for the burnout, there may be signs among the employees. You know, some of the employees may they may start missing deadlines. There will be like absenteeism, emotional exhaustion. Workers may also stay constantly late. Their motivation will be low, and also the enthusiasm to work will drop, and also they may be like quiet and less creative during discussion and open communication. So as a leader, to to mitigate this kind of burnout sign, we have to encourage an open communication, like create an environment where the team members may feel safe discussing stress, workload, challenges without fear. Also, the leader must reduce excessive pressure, like in relation with workloads, timelines, expectations, so that employees may not be challenged and overwhelmed. Also, the leader must promote like a work-life balance, where he encourages breaks, rest, flexible schedules, some time off, vacation, and also I think kind of fun activities to release all those burnout and stress. And lastly, I think the leader should monitor the team morale, like periodically. The leader should, I think, maybe through like performance reviews and others to monitor those motivation and morals through like let's see what's right. Okay.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. Patricia, I can see your hand up, but just a minute. Collins, if you didn't do this by AI, then you've done very well. If you did it by AI too, you've done a bit, but you have been able to explain it a bit. So that is all right. But the points are very correct. So if you take a close look at these, it would let you know that the person is moving from the motivation into the burnout zone. And so you need to act as fast as you can. Patricia, are you going to comment, or we can move to the last one? We've taken a bit of time on this. Then I can quickly hurry up and close by 10:30.
Madam, I think
Yes.
you started touching on what I was going to ask, because when Collins gave out the pointers of they starting to miss deadlines, among others, I was going to ask him if you're already missing deadlines, that means that it's already affecting the organization. So are we supposed, as a leader, are you supposed to even get to that extent before you start taking some of these measures? That was what I was going to ask him. Because if you're already missing deadlines, among others, that means that you, as a transformational leader, for you to get there before you start putting in measures, is that how it is supposed to be? Because I believe that every transformational leader pair, if you want to look at strategic leader, it means that person is also a strategic leader. So if you are now missing deadline, among others, then I think there's a question mark there. So are we supposed to get to that point before he comes with the mitigating factors that he mentioned?
Yes, you can come to that point, but first, second observation, then you confirm. Because if somebody misses a deadline for the first time, it doesn't mean the person is in that space. I mean, burnout phase. It can also be just one off. But if you observe that Collins has always been coming to work on time, and then for 3 consecutive times, aside coming to work on time, aside coming in late, when he comes, he's not very forthcoming as he used to. So it's more of 3 or 4 things being observed at the same time. Then that would confirm. But just one off, not meeting a deadline, just one off coming to work late, just one off being quiet cannot confirm that the employee is moving into that space.
But
Okay.
Madam,
all right, Prof, thank
yes,
you.
please.
Prof,
Thank you. Yes, Yolanda.
It's not everyone who express their burnout physically or emotionally, but within them, especially mentally, people are really going through a lot. So that one
Yes.
too, how will you go by it?
All right. So when it comes to, definitely, if there are mental, we will talk about mental health, there are people's mental states. And so when we are looking at even health, we would confirm that we are all not healthy. But there would definitely be a reflection of that in the person's behavior or performance. I mean, even if he's quiet, it's a behavior. If he's talking too much, it's a behavior. So it's for you to observe and identify what has changed. If nothing changes, then, I mean, the person is managing the situation very well. It's only when it makes a change in his something, then you can conveniently confirm that it's having a toll, it's having an effect on the person. You may add on if you
Okay,
so have
madam.
any. All right. Otherwise, I will let Esther come in, and then Esther, since you are on board, you finish talking and you start with your presentation.
All right, Prof. So, Prof, I wanted to give an example. This is the practical one. So, my small issue that I have, one of my best workers, I mean, he's very, very active. So, for me, I think
If
that
you are
being
able
a
to share.
leader, I think that being a leader is not just about knowing your talents of your staff or perhaps the skills and whatnot that they bring on board. Sometimes you need to go in a little bit to find out about their personal life. So normally when I'm taking people in, I want to know a little bit about your family. So I will let you know that it's not like I'm being inquisitive, but I want to know maybe how many kids are you in a relationship, what's happening and all. When you have some of these things, it enables you to know some of the things that are affecting their life. So this is the guy that I'm talking about. He's very, very active. But for about a week or two, I realized that he'll come to work early and all. But he was kind of cold, not knowing he was having issues at home. So the first time I didn't comment, but the second time I called him in. So I was like, you see, are you sure you're okay? And then so if you're okay. Not knowing he had issues. Do you get so being a leader, it's not what the people can just their output or maybe their input or whatever. But you should try and find out what's happening in their life a little. It helps you to, get first-hand information before you even start having all these burnout issues.
Okay.
We have leaders who wouldn't want to know anything about you. It's just about what you're doing for the organization. And I think that doesn't really make you a transfer because you want to inspire people, you want to motivate them and all. You can motivate people, but if psychologically they are not stable, it won't work. So I
Before
think
you
that,
start,
yes, you should know a little bit about them before
okay.
you even think of, doing these things. It helps you to know what they are capable of or what they are not even capable of.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Before you start with your presentation, you have mentioned one unique character, the individualized consideration of the transformational leader, interested in the individual's issues before, even for you,
Okay.
before the person is brought on board, you find
Yeah.
out because it would
Yes.
inform the person. I mean, it would influence the person's behavior. It would influence what and how he works. And then you also talked about the transactional leader, which we are going to talk about, the fact that some people are just interested in the work, do the work, let me pay you, and we are done. So that is the two. But Esther, if you can please proceed your presentation
All
and then
right.
we move on. Thank you.
Okay, so we're group 4, and the group members, myself, Estacion, Robert, Yolanda, and then Grace. Please, group members, I beg you. Yolanda is in the group, but please don't ask too much questions. I beg you. So we'll start off with the definition of.
You had the vision that will give it to her. Yeah.
I just want to calm everybody. Okay, so with our definition, we came by with a definition that being a transformational leader is a style where a leader will motivate, inspire people to exceed expectations. They will be able to embrace change and grow both personally and then professionally. So, with a transformational leader, instead of just managing tasks, a transformational leader will also focus on vision, innovation, and then the human development as well. So, a transformational leader won't just tell the people what to do, but you are able to let the people understand why these things is important, why it matters. So if the people get to understand why it is necessary, you're able to encourage them to do more and become a better version of themselves. So with a transformational leader, we are not just managing tasks, but we want you to understand that there's a vision. So you come along with us and let us build this vision together. So that is, if the people get to understand what the vision is, then you're able to motivate these people um, to do well. So with the motivation, it's not just about the physical work. You are We are motivating them emotionally and then intellectually. And then a transformation leader will also encourage growth and then change. In all this, related to the 4 I's, that's you influence, your inspirational motivation. We talk of the intellectual motivation, and then the individual consideration. So in all this, if you're a good transformational leader, then definitely you should have some advantages. So we talk of the advantages being you having a high employee motivation and engagement, because we believe that if the people get to really understand what we are doing, the leader, you're able to inspire the people, is able to inspire your workers to feel a part of the work. So definitely they will work well. They will help you to achieve that vision that you want to have. So your employees will definitely become more committed and then productive. We can also talk about the employee development, even though that's the what you call it, the intellectual development. Yes, you're able to let the people develop. Maybe you look at it that you want your organization to grow, but at the end of the day, you were able to have the employee development. You're able to help them upgrading their skills, and then their career path, and all, which is an advantage to the company. And even though you look about your advantages, we always say that when you have good things, definitely you have bad things also being attached to it. Because when you look at a transformational leader who always want to have a say, like encourage people, do this, do that, it's a bit of time consuming, because you have to have a constant communication. You need to coach the people, and then you having all that relationship building and all. There's also an over dependency on the leader, because the leader has that vision. Even though you try to bring the people on board, they in a way tend to rely on your direction. I don't know if I'm making a bit of sense. So being a transformational leader, there are some advantages. So so if I'm to coach people, I'm to direct people, like my other colleagues said, it's not always um every situation that you can use a transformational leader. Sometimes you need, if I can say this way, a buga style small. It's not always about the transformational leadership. So in terms of emergencies, you trying to make a quick decision, you can't use the transformational leadership style. So in conclusion, what can we say? What we are saying is transformational leadership is a powerful style, though, because you bring people along. Like Yolanda, the question she asked about being a charismatic transformation leader, I know you bring people along. You focus on inspiration, your innovation, and the individual growth. So while it brings all these major benefits, such as increased motivation, creativity, and organizational success, it also has some challenges, like I mentioned, like the time demands and the independency of leadership quality. But we'll say that when you apply it very effectively, in the long term, you have success and then sustainability. So this is what Group 4 has.
Well done, a good presentation. As Esther requested from the beginning, Yolanda is in the group, but please don't ask to me.
Madam,
Any
even
question?
me,
Yolanda.
madam, me myself,
Hello.
I have a
Madam,
Hey,
I have a
Yolanda.
question.
Hello. Hello.
Yolanda.
Hello.
Yeah, please, I'm here.
Please go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, Esther.
Yolanda,
So
I
as
want
for
to ask me a question.
yes,
Hello.
I'm asking the
Let me ask Esther the question before I go.
I didn't have group for me.
Hello. Hello.
Oh,
Yes.
Isaac. Oh, hello,
Hello.
hello.
Please wait more. Wait
Please,
more.
Okay.
can we do it one after the other? I beg you.
Okay,
I
madam.
like
Thank
that.
Isaac,
you.
ask your question. It's because of
Okay, madam.
Yolanda in
Thank
the
you.
group. That's why.
Yolanda.
Yeah. Please, before my question, my apology to you and other colleagues because I went off. No, I wanted to respond to the question I
You
was
run
being
away.
asked.
You run away from my question. So don't come and ask me any questions
No,
because I'm not also answering your
no,
question.
No,
It
no,
wasn't
no.
so.
We are in class. Please
Okay.
let's proceed smoothly.
Hello.
Yes, Isaac.
Hello.
Yes, please,
Yeah,
Hello.
I'm
let's
here.
We
say
can hear
I'm a
you.
manager.
Okay.
Yes. Let's say I am a manager and applying all this leadership style. And I'm not achieving the organizational aim. But when my followers or my employees, the work output
Isaac, please. I
is
missed part of your question. I don't know if everybody did.
able to meet that
Yes, madam, his network is not
His
stable.
line is breaking.
Mhm.
of the organization vision
Isaac, please go and
Isaac,
come
please
back,
type
okay?
your
Because we
question.
can't
or
hear.
goal.
Your network is bad. If you can type it on the comment
Let's
section.
say I'm a manager applying.
Yes,
Hello.
I'm here. Please talk.
Isaac, Pat, please
Okay.
go.
Okay. So Isaac, please type and then we'll try to address it.
Prof.
Please, can I go on?
Yeah. We can't hear you. Your line is breaking.
So, hello, Prof. So I have
Yes.
2 questions. One is
Hey,
for
Asembepa.
Esther, and then
Patricia.
one is for Yolanda. So,
Hey,
Esther,
Pat.
when you were
Yes,
giving
Pat.
your presentation, you made mention that sometimes when it comes to doing things, you use buga buga, you would not need a transformational leader. Now, I wanted to ask, does that mean that as a transformational leader, when it comes to straightening out your employees at some point, is it that a transformational leader cannot be strict at any point in time when it comes to guiding his or her followers? Now, with Yolanda, my question is brief. Looking at your experience with Prof T this past 2 weeks, and looking at the traits of a transformational leader, can you say Prof T is a transformational leader in a way, and why? Thank you.
All right. So can I answer my question? All right. So what I was saying with the transformational leader, I was saying that sometimes when it gets to an emergency, it's not about you leading the people. It's about you making a decision. I don't know if you get me. So let's say that there's a company. Maybe I need to get this instrument, or maybe I need to get this number of. I'll use my end as an example. So I had this girl that I used to work with. She's hardworking and all, but very, very disrespectful. She's not. How do I put it? She doesn't want to have a teamwork. She always wants to isolate herself, and she'll go talk about this person and all. I tried my best to be a transformational leader. I tried my best to bring her along. I spoke to her a couple of times, about 2, 3 times. It wasn't working. Even though she's good at her work, I also looked at it that if I should still keep her, she's going to influence the other people negatively. And at the end of the day, it's going to affect my work. So I had to let her go. So that in a way is an emergency quick thinking. What do I do? Do I still keep her or should I let her go? So in a way, it's a little bit of that buga buga style that I had to do. I have done that part as a transformational leader, but I had to act in another way because I was looking at a bigger picture.
Yes, I understood you, but then you did say that
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you made it seem as though the
No,
transformational
I was
leaders
talking
are
about the disadvantage. It has its advantages, but
yes,
then
the
it also has its
disadvantage.
disadvantages. Yes.
Yes, so I based on what you said to ask
Mm-hmm.
if it means that
Mm-hmm.
the transformational leaders cannot be stern at any point in time? Are they always that like calm and good? Is that only it when it comes?
No.
So when you say that, maybe in a way I can say that is in a way is relative.
No, that is a relative I mean, the point is the fact that you are motivating somebody, the fact that
Doesn't
your
mean you can't.
behavior, if there's something wrong, you have to say it. For all you know, is the way you discipline people. That is why people will be looking up to you, right? So it's not about always being. What word did you
So
use?
so Prof,
Mhm.
there are some people who will appreciate it when you put them in line, and others too will look at it from another angle. That's why I was saying
Exactly.
that is relative.
All right.
So I don't know. Sometimes being a transformation leader is good, but at times it gets to a
Yes.
point you have to be a little bit um heart small.
Yes, the
No,
way
you
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 placed
always
it
the
made it seem
transformational
as
leader,
though
as wisdom has said, you have to be fair and firm.
uh-huh,
Fair and firm. And that one is not being, it's not relative. It's you are
Okay.
firm and fair. So where you
Okay.
need to whip the you do. Where you need to be friendly, you do. So being relative is like the situation, but then when it comes to fairness and being firm, it should be the same at every point in time.
Okay, so
But
Prof,
generally, yes,
if I can
yes,
ask a
please,
question.
yes,
If
please.
I understand what you're saying, but
Mm-hmm,
maybe another person will go like, maybe I could have taken your time a little. Don't you
mm-hmm,
think this was just too quick? So that's why I'm saying that in terms of, certain times when there's an emergency where you can't keep that long period, like you can't continue coaching the person, but you have to make that stern decision. How do
mm-hmm,
you put that?
but Esther, you with your example,
Uh-huh.
you said you had monitored her, so it means you are mentoring this person. So it's a
Yes.
part of the like decision making. So it's not
Okay.
like it was a quick decision. You were mentoring the person. You
She
know
had
what?
not been with me for stay more than 3 months. That's what I'm saying. Because with all
Yes,
my
and
other
then you
workers, I've been with them
yes,
for a
the
very long time.
organization is not the success is not dependent on one person. That is why it's a team. So with as a team where somebody is trying to pull you behind and you feel that as a transformational leader it is not helping, you have every right to take a decision that best fits what is supposed to happen at that point in time. So if
All
you
right.
now
Thank you.
tell
So
us that
okay. So is the
Thank you.
team all right? But what she does, so everybody has its his or her role that they play. Do you get
yes,
Hmm.
it? So I had to let
Okay.
her go, even though I didn't really have somebody to replace her immediately. That's what I'm saying. It was an emergency. What she
Mm-hmm,
does is different from what the other people will do. But I had to
mm-hmm,
let her go before
mm-hmm.
I get replacement because I knew that
Okay.
keeping her in there, even for a week or two, will spoil some things. So I had to let her go.
Okay. All right.
yes, that
Yeah.
and it
Okay.
was fine.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So what we
So,
will end up
Hello.
in the next
Efia
is
Hello.
that
Yolanda, please
your
keep
question
quiet.
was no,
hello,
Efia your
hello,
question,
hello, hello.
Hello,
Yes,
yes,
Prof.
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 Yes. 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 Okay.
Okay. So,
So I
Pat, I
would
am
want
answering
to
your question.
uh,
Oh yeah,
Yolanda,
Prof,
are
can
we
I
done,
ask a
Yolanda,
question?
Yolanda.
madam?
I haven't given you the floor yet.
Mhm. Prof, please, can I
Hello.
ask a question?
I haven't given anybody
Hello,
the
madam.
floor yet. I
Okay.
have not
Hello,
given
madam.
anybody the floor yet. Isaac, I can hear you clearly. Yes.
I have
Okay.
sent a chat, but I can go ahead to ask the question.
If you are permitted, I'm yet to permit you.
Okay, whatever.
All right.
So am I
Okay.
permitted now?
So, not yet.
Okay.
Okay. So, Yolanda wants to ask a question. Isaac wants to ask a question. And because we are working with time to the is becoming interesting, we've done with only transformational leadership. I will allow Yolanda to come in with her question. I will allow Isaac to come in. I think one other person. Then
No, please,
after
it's
all,
me.
Alice, thank you. So after all the three questions, then I'll allow whoever the question was addressed to respond, and then we can proceed. After these three people, we move to the transactional leadership style. Thank you. All right, so we'll start with Yolanda.
Okay, Madam Prof, please, due to time,
Thank you very much. Wisdom
Alice,
has
please move
made
on.
a very interesting proposal. That is how come that I was talking, Yolanda was talking, blah, 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 blah. So you put up your hand, you are given the space, you talk, blah, and then there will be some form of, we can manage the space very well. Yolanda, please, Yolanda, Isaac, Alice. Yolanda, please go ahead. Yolanda, you've been given the floor. Yolanda, Isaac, Alice. In that order, please. Okay, we are lost, Yolanda. Isaac, are you in class? Isaac, can I be heard? Or I have muted myself. Can I be heard?
Yes, madam.
Yes, Prof. You're allowed.
Okay, Alice, please go ahead. It looks like Isaac too has gone off. So, Alice, please go
Okay,
ahead.
Prof, thank you. Please, with Esther's decision, I want to ask question about that because I want to learn something from it. I also did something. I want to know if it's the good thing I did or it wasn't in line, so that next time I don't repeat that mistakes. Please,
Okay.
Esther, you said when you realized that your staff was not behaving well, and then with the fear that it may influence other staff. When you sacking the person, did you inform the other staff the reason why you are sacking her, or it was just personal between the two of you? And then with that staff too, did you make her aware of her reasons why you are sacking her? Thank you.
Okay, Alice, if I got your question, but it got to a point it was breaking a little. Yeah, so like I earlier said, when I noticed that she was having all these, around her, I called her in and I made her. In fact, like I said earlier, anytime I'm getting somebody on board, I let you understand what a team is made or what is expected of you and all. So initially she was okay till she started exhibiting these signs. So I called her in and I reminded her of what is expected of her. You do it and then she'll kind of position herself well and then she'll get back again. So the second time I told her that is the last time I'm giving her that chance. If she depicts that behavior again, she's not going to be part of our team. I made her to understand that when it gets to her doing her job, she does it right. I mean, if you tell her to do noodles or whatever, it's perfect. But I wouldn't look at just her work and forget about the bigger picture. And when I
No,
do
please,
these,
Esther,
yes,
my question has to do with you letting her off the job. Did
mhm,
you let the colleagues, your other staff members, to know the reason why she's not
of
going to be
course,
part of you
of
and all?
course,
Okay.
of course, I did. So the initial time that I spoke to her as an individual. But the second time so normally we have some small meetings here and there. So we had a meeting and I made them to understand. And in fact, it's not like they are not even aware. They know what she does. And in a way, the place wasn't healthy. I mean, all the negative energy she was bringing in there wasn't good. Do you get it? So we had a meeting. I made them to understand that this is what it is, A, B, C, D. And I made her to understand that at the end of the month, when she takes her salary, she's not going to be part of my team again.
Okay.
Am I
All right.
okay?
Yes, please. Thank you. Because, Prof, please permit me. I did this thing and then it looks like I was painted as a bad person or disgracing that person. That's why
No.
I wanted to know if it's a good thing when you are sacking a staff, you let the other colleagues to know the reason. I did that in order to be like an scapegoat so that people wouldn't repeat the same thing that they are doing, knowing that when you do it, you are going to be sacked. But it looks like people were complaining, including the director of that particular institution was complaining why I should do that, because it looks like I'm disgracing the person, letting the staff know of the reason why she has to leave the school. Then I'm in a way of like disgracing her to her peers or her colleagues, staffs. So that's why I wanted to find out if it's a good behavior to let their colleagues know the reason why she or he is going, because sometimes without letting them know, they might paint you black to the others in order to defend themselves. So I just wanted to find out. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Alice, if you are in the HR space, don't worry if people paint you black, right? If you are using the policies and then you've gone through all the processes, don't worry if people paint you black. Just as Esther said, she went through the process, worked on her as an individual. It didn't work. She gave her the next opportunity. She gave her a third opportunity. And so that is what had to be done. And it's okay. Maybe I don't know how detailed the communication was, but there are different ways of informing the people, letting them know what has happened and reason for. You may, in managing the information, decide on what to share out there, but ultimately let them know that the wrong was done. The wrong, which everybody knows is wrong in the organization, was done, and because of that, this is what you are doing, and that should suffice for that. All right. Thank you very much. I think we've done a lot on this transformational leader. I was thinking it would be very, very, very short, but it has been very, very interesting. We've had interesting conversation on it. So Isaac wanted to talk, but I'm not sure if he's ready now. So we will proceed. But from now, for the next 5 minutes, I'll just move as need, because we've had a very lengthy and we've had an idea about what the whole topic is all about. How adopting a particular leadership style would affect the whole organization, be it positively or negatively, and the performance. So, machine behave. Okay. So we looked at the trans.
Hello, madam.
Yes, sir. Isaac.
Please, can I go ahead with my question?
Yes, we gave you the floor, but you were not audible. So please go ahead.
Okay. Let's say I'm a manager and I am applying all this leadership style.
Which leadership style are you
to
talking
achieve
about? Please, we have talked about only one leadership style.
both.
The transformational leader who has four characteristics. We haven't talked about any other leadership style yet.
Yes. Yeah, I'm talking of being a transformational leader.
Okay.
And I'm unable to achieve my organizational aim. But when performances are left with my followers, by using their cool way of performances, the organization is able to achieve its strategic goal. So in this case, am I to forego my transformational style and allow my followers to use their own crude way of performance or method to perform to achieve the aim of the organization?
Are you the leader or they are the leaders?
Myself.
You are the leader, so you are supposed to influence them, and they in turn influence you. Am I right?
Yes, yes.
So are you saying that per your scenario, you are not influencing them, but they are in the seat? Is that correct?
No, I'm talking a situation
you said that you have exhibited all these four characteristics. I mean, you have adopted the transformational leadership style, and it's not working. Is that what you said? And now you are not, but your followers have adopted something which you didn't give a name, but then they are working. So it's like you are not influencing them in any way, but the organization is achieving its targets. Is that what you said?
Yes, yes, madam.
So you are not influencing them in any way, but the organization is achieving its objective. Is that what I just want to confirm?
Yes,
If that is what you are doing, then you are not leading. Am I right?
yes.
Because we have indicated that leadership is a way of influencing. And so if you are not influencing them in any way, then you are not leading. So we can't say that you are a leader.
Okay. Thank you, madam.
All right. Okay. So the transformational leader, we have the pluses, we have the minuses, which we have discussed at length. And then we have the transactional leader, which I think one of us was talking about it and then clearly indicated that transactional leadership is about exchange between the leader and the individual people. So whilst the transformational leader, it's more looking at as was it Esther? As Esther started, you come, he finds out about your state, your family, and all those. No, the transactional leader is saying, I'm giving you the resources, do the work, and then that will be it. Do the work, and I'll reward you based on your performance. And that is what the transformational leader would do. Unlike that's what the transactional leader would do, unlike the transformational leader. So now I would move on straight away to one other. And then we'll do just 2 or 3 things. So the transactional leader, contingent reward and management by exception. And the contingent reward is all about, as I said, I give you a task, you complete, and I reward you. But the management by exception is talking about the active and then the passive. So the leader involves controlling and monitoring activities and the performance outcome. He's not so much. And then the passive, he lays back, observe you, as and when you make a mistake, then he comes in. Then we have, so it has its pluses and minuses, which is the beauty of this transactional leadership style is it is directly the opposite of the transformational leadership style. So 3 elements, 3 mechanisms for this: contingent reward, active management by exception, and then passive management by exception. So this gives us a pictorial representation of. Then we move on to the autocratic. Now, we will also look at the democratic, but note that these names are more of the authors giving the name. Whilst one person is describing it as autocratic, another is describing it as authoritative, but the characteristics are the same. So the autocratic leader or the authoritarian leadership style, he decides and he informs. They take full control over everything that happens in the organization. That too has its advantages because I decide and I inform very fast. I tell you what I'm expecting you to do. But then the negative side is because I'm telling you everything, you don't think outside the box. Very innovative is stifled. And as we said, some people would want to be allowed to be part. So if you adopt the autocratic, they are not motivated. But because directions are clear, people tend to work as expected, and the set targets are met. So its impact on performance is that people are able to achieve their target. There's efficiency in work that is done, and you're able to manage crisis very well. But it has its negatives too as well. Then the participative or the democratic leadership style, where, as the name indicates, you are allowing the people to take part, you are encouraging them. But then at any point in time, if you are the leader, you are ultimately responsible for any decision that is made. So in as much as you are involving the people, if issues come up, you would have to take the responsibility. But the good thing is that employees will feel that they are part, they feel inclusive, and it has its positive effect on the performance of the organization. People will feel engaged and they will be satisfied. And so, because I am part, I'm able to think outside the box, and it will also have a positive effect on the organization's success and performance. However, too much of everything is bad. So if I'm involving everybody to be part of the decision making, it has its own limitations. Then we have the delegative leadership style. Laissez-faire. I give it to you, I sit back, I observe. I come in only when the need arises. Otherwise, I'll sit back and keep watching. Well, if I give people the opportunity to work. The good ones have the space to do so, but the negative is the weak ones too will not be able to meet their targets. And then it has employees, you are able to get a lot from employees. It has positive effects on the performance, empowerment. They develop their skills, and people tend to have that satisfaction. But it has its negative effects too. Now, I want us to dwell a little bit more on this because it may be useful for us along the line later on. So we have looked at the transformational leader into details. We have looked at the delegative leadership style into details, and then we'll look at the bureaucratic leadership style also into details. So stringent rules followed. What are the positives? Just as we have rules there, orderliness, very good. And so if everything is in order, how does it affect performance? If roles and responsibilities are clear, how does it affect performance? But if we are following rules too much too, it has its disadvantage, very slow. And so that one too, how is it affecting performance? Creativity, you have to follow the rules. So you can't do anything outside what I have told you to do. Does it affect performance? Yes. No. And then because bureaucracy, you have to report from this to that, a long process. Does it affect performance? Yes. Positively, negatively, that one has to be done. Okay. Then we have the servant leadership. And that one, it's one of the contemporary leadership style. Shared personal, it's more of the other person, my followers, than myself, placing value on the team members ahead of you yourself as an individual. So they do everything they can to serve the team and ensure that everyone is happy. Does it have positives and negatives? Yes, it does. So it will have an effect on the organization too as well. Okay, so we move on to the next, inclusive leadership. This I'll share with you. And they are very empathetic, open-minded, they listen, they're ready to collaborate with others, very flexible. One of the modern leadership style, remember when at the beginning I shared the table we have the contemporary one, and authentic leadership is also one of them. Response to corporate scandals and calls for ethical, values-based leadership. And this is somebody's findings that one leadership style, while the transformational is having the 4 eyes, this person is self-aware, he balances procedure, very transparent when it comes to relationship, and then he has a high level of moral perspective. So we have other ones are the distributive leadership style, the adaptive leadership style, which I'll give to you to read and get it very well. Now, if I want to measure how effective leadership has been, so I look at the individual level. These can be some of the indicators. How is the individual performing? Are they performing well? Are they satisfied? Are they committed? How are they ready to follow instruction? These would, if these are positive, then there's your leadership style, you are being effective. Is there group cohesion? To what extent are they able to coordinate very properly? Are they able to work together to be very innovative? Group level, very good. At the organizational level, as a leader, how is the organization's performance so far as their finances is concerned? Is there talent retention, or people at this high level attrition so far as organizational level is concerned? If these things are happening, that is the negative, then leadership is not being very effective. At the social level, leadership effectiveness can be looked at so far as our corporate social responsibility is concerned. How is stakeholders, how is their views? Do they value? Do we have a long-term sustainability so far as our organization is concerned? If these are good, then you are being effective as a leader. So these are the different levels and how you can manage the extent to which you are being effective. There are certain leadership styles that are appropriate for certain sectors. So if you take the public sector, and note that this is not casting.
Hello, Prof.
I think we lost her. Okay, she's back. Hello, Prof. Please, you are muted.
Sorry, thank you. My lights actually went off, but I'm back. All right. So as I was saying, this is not cast in stone, but then these are some suggested leadership styles that are appropriate for some sectors. So if we take the public sector, that is where it's saying that it's good to adopt the servant leadership or transformational leader. If you take the corporate sector or private, the transformational or transactional, entrepreneurial firms, the best may be the visionary or charismatic leader. Non-profits, the servant or authentic. High healthcare organization, it's okay to do the inclusive, and then the technology and knowledge firms, empowering and adaptive. What I would want you to do in your group is when the slides come, this is one of the group works. So Esther, the class rep, who is the class rep?
Patricia, please.
Patricia, yes, Patricia, please note this and send me a reminder on that. This is going to be the last group work. The same groups. You are looking at this table and then indicating whether you agree or you disagree. This is somebody's findings. Why you agree or why you disagree. So just you pick one of them, and the proposal is the best leadership style, servant and transformational. Do you agree or you disagree? A short write-up and you submit to me. That one will be also 2 weeks from today. So next week one, next 2 weeks the other. So this is what we are going to do. Unfortunately, I don't think I can create the rooms because, okay, yes. So, okay, the same rooms, some people have left. So I'm going to create, and this one, please, 10 minutes, yes. But this time around, please take notes, write the notes because I would want to pick it. So it's the same groups. If anyone joins, now the people are missing. We have 15 people in class, 16 people in class. So I'm going to recreate the rooms. It will be different from the one we did earlier on. So this time round, we have room 1. And note this, I will collect. So write, and then when you are done, you will share with me. So room 1 is Patricia as the leader. Room 2 is Esther as the leader. Room 3 is Wisdom again as the leader. And room 4 is Collins as the leader. This I will pick, but there will be no discussion. So please, I'm opening the room 10 minutes. Note that this I'm going to grade. Answer question 1 and question 2. Which leadership style did the head nurse adopt? Provide a justification. And how did this leadership improve both staff well-being and patient outcome? Leave out the third one. Am I clear?
Yes, please.
No problem.
Yes, Prof. So you
You
said
are
we
clear.
should
I didn't get the question
answer
well.
the first and the
You are
second
doing
one
the
and ignore
first
the
2.
last question.
Simple. Thank you very much, Patricia. Okay. Patricia, you were supposed to join room 1. What happened that you didn't? Okay.
Hello, Prof T. Hello, Prof T. Hello, Prof T. Prof T.
Have I muted myself? I have not muted, or have I muted myself? I have not.
Before you were muted,
Jessica.
please. Yes, Prof T. Please, I seemed logged out from my group discussion.
Yes, you decide which group do you belong?
Group 2.
Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome. Welcome back. Okay. Okay. You're welcome.
Thank you, ma.
Good. Okay. So now take Should I
Thank
give
you,
you my email address or my telephone number will do? Patricia Esther Wisdom Collins. My email address or my telephone number will do.
Prof, I think email address would be better.
Okay. There you go. I've sent it to everybody. So in the next 2 minutes, Patricia Esther Wisdom Collins. It should be, you can just take a screenshot and push it to me. And then I would have a summary and then we are good to go. Okay. So Patricia Esther Wisdom Collins, you just give me the first, the answer for the first. So group 1, Patricia, what was your answer for number 1? Hey, have you people sent it? Hey, can I be heard?
Doesn't come.
Yes, Prof.
Nobody is talking to me.
Prof, we can hear you.
We can hear
So
you, please.
Have you sent the answers to my email or my WhatsApp?
Prof, we
Prof,
are
we are
on
here
it.
too.
Okay. Because as soon as you do, then I can, and we'll have the discussion and then I can push. All right. So, Collins, can you hear me? Wisdom, can you hear me?
I can. Loud and clear.
Okay. Thank you very much. So, for the first one, which did you choose for your group?
We chose servant leadership. Prof.
Thank you. Patricia, for your group, which did you choose?
Leadership.
Pardon me.
Servant leadership, madam.
Thank you. Esther, which one did you choose?
Oh, please, we chose transformational leadership style.
Thank you. Collins, which one did you choose?
Prof, we chose transformational leadership style.
Transformational, okay. Very good. Now that I have this, whether I receive it or I do not receive it, I'm sure you provide a justification for it. And so that will be the last group work that will be graded. Then the other ones will be for your consumption and for your own good. So today, there's one more case which I will share with you. Where are you? Okay, so that is the next one that would have done. But I think I've taken your break and I still moving into the space. So I will end the class for the day. We have confirmed that leadership style reflects our leader behavior. We have confirmed that the transformational leader has some 4 eyes. We've looked at other leadership styles. Each of these has a positive and a negative. Each has an effect on the organization's success and performance. Kindly use the rest of the time that it's available to look at the other leadership styles that I did not emphasize so much. Read on it. Very, very important. Read on those leadership styles. And then be sure that you are conversant with its effect on the organization's performance. how the leadership style would affect employees' performance at any point in time. So you may be asked to make a recommendation depending on the scenario, whether you have to pick a transformational, a delegative, a bureaucratic, a servant, whatever leadership style. And it's all based on the positives and the negatives and how it would affect the organization's performance. So that brings me to the end of today's lecture. I know the number of people in the 4 groups. So give me, after what you have shared, now I'm expecting you to send me a typed work indicating the names and the index numbers of the different groups. So group leaders, I'm giving you up to close of tomorrow. Make sure you send the group work detailing giving me a proper write-up, as in the question 1, the question 2, and then the names and the index number of the members in the group. Thank you. Wisdom, please.
Thank you very much. So we just wanted you to recap the individual assignment that you gave in the course of the final answer.
All right. Okay. So the assignment, the individual, let me see if I can find it. If you can help me. Okay. So draw on your own values, lived experiences, and understanding. Describe the future states you believe your organization should aspire to. How does this vision reflect both your personal conviction and the unique challenges of your organization? So that is the assignment I gave, right? Hello?
Yes, Prof.
Get that quite well. Don't know if it's probably take a screenshot.
Wow. I think the question itself, I missed the question itself. Yes, so we have looked at the vision. No, I didn't. The first time we looked at the vision, the mission, the strategic direction of an organization. So having in mind what goes into vision, having in mind what goes into mission. So you are doing this work, and the whole idea is I want you yourself to, based on your insights, as in the context, based on your insight, your own personal reflection, and after talking to people. The second one is talking to people, interviewing at least 2 stakeholders. That is an organization you have picked. Summarize the expectation of the organization. Remember, we are looking at the mission. Based on these insights, craft a mission statement that integrates stakeholder voices with your own perspective. So we want a vision you are crafting, we want a mission you are crafting, and then we want a strategic direction you are coming up with.
Thank you, Prof. So my query was actually on the very recent one that you gave us in today's talk.
Which one, please?
I think when you were highlighting the different types of leadership, the ones that relate to the particular type of organization, in the table, the leadership effectiveness in diverse organizational settings, where we have
this one.
The table at the public sector government.
Yes. So I was saying that this is the, if in case I come up with another group work, please remind me that I've given you 2 group assignments, and you have done, this is the second one, and I've given you 1 already, and today you've done another one. So you have 3, which should be enough for now. So my point is, you know the characteristics of a servant leader, you know the characteristics of a transformational leader. Wisdom, am I right?
Yes, Prof.
Okay. And then the Van Watt is saying that in the public sector, the best style is servant leader or transformational leader. My question is, do you agree? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Why? I've intentionally taken out the what is not good. Otherwise, it will make the work too cumbersome. So just check the best style that has been recommended. Do you agree? Do you disagree? And why? I mean, definitely you have to give a justification why you want. And the whole thing is, it means you are focusing on the pluses and minuses, looking at the sector.
That's one of them.
I do think you are you now clear on what is expected, what I'm expecting?
Yes. So let me recap if that's actually happens.
Sure.
The true. So you said from the table, say for the first one, said that public sector and government, the best style of leadership is servant transformational leadership. Now,
servant and transformational leadership, they are two different leadership styles. So you can even decide you pick one of them and comment. It's fine by me.
So our quest is to either agree or disagree. Now, if we agree with right justification, if we disagree, right justification.
Thank you. That is it.
And
in each case, sorry?
The deadline is 2 weeks from today.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. Any other question? And I asked the class rep to send me a message on this because this, I failed to document it. So I need to document it in my.
Okay, Prof. I'll do that.
Thank you, Patricia. You've done so well under you being under the weather. I wasn't expecting the very good participation, but you've done well. And in fact, everybody, most people, let me rather use most people took part. Is Yolanda still around? Very active. But let me see. I did not hear of Hinakwa. Patricia, please take note of these names for me. I didn't hear from Hinakwa. I didn't hear from Frederick. I didn't hear from Angela. I didn't hear from Nana.
Madam Frederick, answer the question, please.
Madam,
Hinakwa, did you answer?
Frederick.
Hello, Hinakwa, did you answer a question?
No, I didn't answer the question, but I'm around.
Okay.
Madam,
Yes, I know.
Frederick answered the question.
I didn't hear Frederick, please.
Yolanda asked our group a question and I started and wisdom came in. Please.
Patricia, your hand is up.
For you to end before I'll ask a question. I have a question.
Yes, so but before you ask your question, I've mentioned some names. In fact, let me in the class, let me rather mention the ones that I heard talk. Patricia, Amma, Jessica, Alice, Collins, I pushed him to talk. So she's not part. Okay, let me add him. Esther. What's happening? I've lost the name. So
please, the Amma is Miriam. It's because of her using my other device.
Well, I see Amma, but Amma spoke. So Alice spoke. Esther spoke. Pardon me, Yolanda spoke. Yes, I've mentioned her name. So these people today too is one of the days, 1.5 for each. Those I didn't hear. Patricia, please, I hope you are taking notes.
Yes, madam.
All right. Okay. So
Frederick answered a question.
Amma is Miriam, okay?
Did Frederick answer a question?
Yes, ma.
Yes, please.
All
He
right.
started with a succession plan. And then
I hear you. All right. So Patricia, please add her. Add him, sorry. Okay, so please ask your question and then we can end.
Prof,
Okay,
please,
Yes,
I have
madam.
a question
Pardon me.
with the recordings. If you could speak to them to upload it for us, the recorded class. I think after the whole of last week, I went and was told that of the first week. We still do not have the recorded class.
Kindly do me a favor and send me a reminder Monday.
Okay,
Then
madam.
I'll send an email to that effect.
All right, thank you.
All right.
And
Thank you.
Okay, Prof,
on
is
the
that not
LMS, we
yes.
can't find your slides and other things there on the LMS.
Yes, I have not, but I've shared them with somebody in the class.
Yes,
Patricia.
Prof, I have shared same. We have a common page where we put slides. I've equally shared same.
All right.
There.
So William, no, Wisdom would want me to upload it on the LMS. Communication clearly done. The same Patricia, a reminder to do Monday.
All right, madam.
All right. So
Prof,
that will be done.
now.
Pardon me.
This is Grace Angela. I was waiting for you to finish and I'll ask a question.
Oh, why do you have to wait for me to finish before you ask a question?
Interrupt you when you were ending. I couldn't interrupt, so I was waiting.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so when I read through the case study, I wanted to find out,
Which
is
of
it
the case
possible
studies are you talking?
the last group
Just a
assignment,
minute. Grace, one.
the last group assignments we did.
She said
I
her
want
name.
No, please go ahead.
Okay, I want to find out, is it possible that one person can have like 2 or 3 of the leadership styles?
Yes. At any point in time, you can exhibit one of them. You have all. You may have, but then the situation will determine which style to exhibit, which behavior to exhibit. So you can a blended. Have I answered your question? Okay. She's not talking again. I can see
I
Wisdom's
think
hand.
we've lost her, please.
Okay. Wisdom, do you really want to talk?
Yes, Prof. Just a comment that will guide us going forward.
Okay. So then, if that's the case, if you can give me 2 minutes, I'll be back.
Yes, Prof.
Wisdom, will that work?
Yes, very, very much so.
Thank you very much.
Please, as we wait for Prof, the 1.5 mark, Alice, Yolanda, Miriam, Esther, Wisdom, right?
Frederick.
Okay, thank you.
And Jessica, please.
All right.
Patricia, I didn't mention your name.
Hey, Mimi is there.
I mentioned her name.
I've
Okay.
started with Patricia.
Oh, well. Anas.
Okay, so class, what I wanted to say really concerns us, just for noting of the lecturer. As much as we enjoy today.
Hello, I'm back. Yes.
Welcome back.
So I was just going to make a comment that was going forward. I think I indicated in the comments, much as we enjoyed the interactive nature of the class and would want to ask questions and actually make comments to make it very much understandable, I think it would be very much proper that we make it very decorous by using the lectures. and not inject people when they are speaking, and probably ask questions also that are relevant to the topic so that we are able to make very good use of the time.
Yes.
I know our lectures end probably much earlier for our exams will be written on the 4th of July. So we have very limited time to capture a whole lot of things. So from next week, I would plead, we don't need the lecturer to be the one to tell us what to do. We should also take charge as leaders. Try to use the reactions. So if someone is not using the reactions, let's draw the person's attention to make sure that we do what is right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Wisdom. You've made my work very easy. Today, at a point, I had to use another style of mine, which is not me. But then I think from there it worked very well. It's even an opportunity for us to learn. You never know. Somebody may not know how to use the reactive word, but then you can always learn how to use it. So please let's all help one another in this direction. I can see Patricia and Alice's hand up. If you really have to talk, please go ahead. Let me take Patricia and then I'll take Alice.
Thank you, Prof. With mine, I would have placed it on our page, but usually they don't react to it. It has to do with our attendance. Please, my people, if you have challenges, let me know. Because if you take Madam and ICD, it means there are 14 of us here, and everybody will tell you they were in class. If you have a challenge, please let me know, because once you join in the morning and you've not communicated to me that you may have a challenge and will leave the class, when the class ends, I would mark you that you are not a part of the class. Thank you.
Thank you, class rep. Alice.
Prof, thank you. Please, mine has to do with the group assignment you gave us with the evidence base. Please, is it about pictorial? Is it about, if you can be a little clear about that aspect for us, since we are not staying together as a group, but we are communicating through media channels, we are trying our best to go about the work. But with the evidence aspect, please, how would you want it so that we go accordingly to it? Thank you.
Thank you, Alice. I wish I don't restrict, but anything to convince me that you really did the work. Is it a recording? Is it a picture you've taken with the person? Any of these two will do. So if it's even an email and the person responded, anything to convince me that it is not AI or whatever that did the assignment for you. That is what I'm asking for.
Thank you, Prof.
Is it helpful?
Yes, please.
Madam, please, I want to find out if, sorry. Wisdom just corrected us, sorry.
Okay.
All apologies. And please,
apologies. I haven't seen anything of yours. You are not using it. You are just talking. So put up your hand and then I will acknowledge and then we can take it from there. We are applying what we have learned. So please put up your hand. Thank you very much. So, okay. Are you Amma or you are Naomi?
I'm Miriam.
Okay, so Naomi is different from, I can see Amma Paul's hand up.
Yeah,
I can't
that's
see.
Miriam.
All right, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So please,
when you are done, then you lower your hand so that we know we are clear with you. Okay.
Thank you, madam. So probably to add up to what Alice just asked, assuming you've done your transcript, your interview transcript, and probably it bears the contact of the interviewee, is it also okay if the person is so comfortable for you to take a picture with him or her? Is the contact number also okay if in case you want to follow up?
So when in having the interview with a person, did you seek his or her consent?
Yes, please.
So you
the person provided contact. Yeah, the person wrote it. I sent a form and the person filled it. So some of the details I took from the person was the person's contact number. Is that okay? And the person was willingly to give me.
So you said the person filled a form, right?
Yes, please. Yes,
and
please.
sent it to you
Yes, please.
by email.
No, in person. I'm the same organization with the person.
So how do I know that you did it? The person is not ready to take a picture with you.
Yeah, so
and
the
then
person
you
just
add,
the contact.
It's only the contact.
The name, the contact, the role before answering the question.
So I can follow up with that person.
That's
I can
fine.
give the person a call. I'm asking.
Please.
I'm not.
Yes, please. You can.
I can call. All right.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Permission to fall out now, Patricia.
Yes, Prof. Thank you so much for today, for your time.
Thank you very much. Thank you for making time for the class. If any further clarification is needed, you can always go through Patricia, and I'm available to do that. All right. You enjoy the rest of the day. I'll see you next week, God willing. Bye-bye.
Yes, Prof.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.